Before you comment, listen close. This isn't just a story about a machine. It's about history. It's about an idea so deeply embedded in our modern world that we've forgotten it was ever an invention at all. It's about the quiet architecture of our daily lives. Every time you walk into a grocery store, every time you buy fresh meat, dairy, or produce, you are benefiting from an invention most people never think about. It's a silent, tireless force that underpins our entire food system, a technology that works around the clock across thousands of miles to bring the world to your table. The concept is simple, yet revolutionary. Refrigeration on the move. Before the 20th century, transporting food was a desperate race against time. The enemy was decay, and it almost always won. The world was smaller, not by choice, but by necessity. Your diet was dictated by your immediate geography and the current season. Meat spoiled quickly, becoming a vector for disease. Milk soured within hours of leaving the farm. Fresh produce, delicate and vulnerable, rarely traveled far from the soil where it grew. The concept of eating a fresh strawberry in winter or enjoying seafood hundreds of miles from the coast was pure fantasy. If food couldn't be grown nearby or preserved through primitive methods like salting, smoking, or canning, people simply went without. This wasn't an inconvenience. It was a fundamental constraint on human life. That problem shaped cities, diets, and survival itself. It dictated where populations could settle, limited economic growth for farmers, and created a fragile food supply chain that was always one heat wave away from collapse. One man changed that. A man whose mind saw solutions, where others only saw obstacles. Wait a minute, are you over here enjoying our time in history and didn't hit the love button yet? Me-san? Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. It's free, and it helps us shine a little brighter. His name was Frederick McKinley Jones. Frederick McKinley Jones was a pioneering African-American inventor and engineer born in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1893. His life was marked by early hardship. His mother died when he was a child, and by the age of 9, he was an orphan. He was sent to live with a priest in Kentucky, but his formal education ended after the 6th grade. Jones was largely self-taught. He did not come from wealth or privilege, but he had something more powerful, an insatiable curiosity and a profound intuitive mechanical insight. He devoured every book he could find on mechanics and engineering. He worked as a garage helper, a mechanic, and eventually, a foreman. He could look at a machine, listen to its rhythm, and understand not just how it worked, but how it could work better. This wasn't just a skill, it was a language he spoke fluently. He even served in the U.S. Army during World War I, where he was sought after for his ability to wire and repair telegraphs, telephones, and other crucial equipment. By the 1930s, after a series of successful inventions in other fields, including motion picture sound equipment, Jones turned his attention to a growing problem, one that plagued a business associate and the entire nation. How do you keep food cold while it's moving? The question was simple. The answer was anything but. If you're enjoying this video, tap that thumbs up, drop a comment, and share this video with a friend. Then tell that friend to pass it on to another friend, and one family member too. At the time, refrigeration existed, but only in stationary buildings. It was bulky, heavy, and dependent on a stable power source. For transport, the industry relied on the same method it had for decades: ice. Trucks were loaded with massive, heavy blocks of ice, which melted quickly, unevenly, and created a mess. The cooling was inconsistent, with some cargo freezing solid while other parts spoiled in the heat. Food loss was massive. For every truckload of produce that made it to market, a significant portion was often lost, representing a catastrophic economic waste for farmers and distributors. Jones, working for a businessman named Joseph Numero, took on the challenge. The story goes that Numero made a bet with a trucking company owner that he could create a better solution. He turned to his most brilliant engineer, Frederick Jones. Jones studied the problem and developed the first successful portable refrigeration unit for trucks. Not ice, not guesswork. This was a true mechanical system. It used a small, durable gas engine to power a compressor. The system circulated a refrigerant through a closed loop of coils, absorbing heat from inside the trailer and expelling it outside. It was compact, self-contained, and most importantly, it was tough enough to withstand the constant vibrations and shocks of the road. It was a mechanical system that actively and consistently controlled temperature during transport, regardless of the weather outside or the length of the journey. It worked. In 1938, Jones successfully demonstrated a prototype refrigeration unit that could be mounted directly onto the front of a truck trailer. He had taken the principles of large-scale, stationary refrigeration and engineered them into a small, robust, and mobile package. For the first time in human history, perishable food could be transported long distances, across states and eventually continents, without spoiling. That changed everything. Suddenly, farmers in California could ship produce to New York. Meatpacking plants in the Midwest could reach cities on both coasts safely. The invention didn't just preserve food, it created national and international markets. It led to the rise of the supermarket, offering a variety of fresh foods year-round that was previously unimaginable. Hospitals could store and transport temperature-sensitive supplies like never before. Then, history intervened. World War II pushed the invention even further, transforming it from a commercial convenience into a strategic military asset. Jones's refrigeration units were adapted for military use, installed on trucks, ships, and airplanes. They were used to transport blood, life-saving plasma, sensitive medicines, and fresh food to troops on the front lines and in field hospitals across Europe and the Pacific. In the heat of battle, in the most remote and unforgiving environments, lives depended on precise temperature control. And Jones's rugged, reliable invention delivered. It saved countless lives, not just by feeding soldiers, but by preserving the very medical supplies needed to treat their wounds. To meet this surging demand, and to commercialize the technology after the war, Frederick McKinley Jones and Joseph Numero co-founded a company. They called it the U.S. Thermo Control Company, later renamed to something more memorable, Thermo King. That company still exists today, a global leader in transport temperature control. The entire modern cold chain, from the trucks that supply our grocery stores, to the refrigerated containers on cargo ships that enable global trade, to the specialized vehicles that deliver temperature-sensitive vaccines, all of it traces directly back to the foundational work of Frederick Jones. His invention didn't just reshape how we eat, it reshaped how nations trade, how cities grow, and how we respond to medical emergencies. It is the invisible circulatory system of the modern economy. Yet for decades, his name, the name of the man behind it all, remained largely unknown to the public he served. This wasn't because the invention failed, it succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams. It wasn't because it lacked importance. It became essential, but because history often records outcomes and forgets the people behind them, especially when those people don't fit the conventional image of a celebrated inventor. Frederick McKinley Jones was a prolific inventor, holding over 60 patents by the end of his life. 40 of those were in the field of refrigeration alone. His other patents ranged from movie ticket dispensers to portable X-ray machines. He did receive recognition within his field. In 1944, he became the first African-American inducted into the American Society of Refrigeration Engineers. And decades after his death in 1961, he was posthumously awarded the National Medal of Technology by President George H.W. Bush, a belated but significant acknowledgement of his monumental contribution. But for the most part, his work quietly powered global logistics. Without applause, without widespread fame, it simply did its job. This is how progress often moves. Not in a sudden flash of lightning, but in the steady, determined turning of gears. One idea, born from a practical problem. One machine, built with hands-on genius. One person paying attention to a problem others had simply accepted as normal. Wisdom doesn't shout. It doesn't demand the spotlight. Sometimes it hums quietly. Like a refrigeration unit working through the night. A steadfast guardian against decay, keeping food fresh for people it will never meet. In cities, it will only pass through. The next time you open a refrigerator, or buy food that traveled hundreds, even thousands of miles to reach you. Take a moment. Remember this: modern life is built on a foundation of inventions you rarely see, and created by inventors you were rarely told about. Frederick McKinley Jones didn't just change transportation. He didn't just invent a machine. He changed survival. He expanded the boundaries of our world. If this story taught you something new, like the video, it helps more people discover this hidden history. Share it with someone who enjoys learning about the quiet forces that shape our world, and subscribe to The Wise Farmer, where quiet inventions and the profound wisdom behind them are finally remembered. If you're enjoying this refrigeration history about Frederick McKinley Jones, Misun, stay tuned. A brand new video is coming soon on 10 hidden patents you never heard of. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss it.